A very good afternoon to you and welcome back to the Glasgow International Swim Meet here at Tollcross International Swimming Centre. This is session 5 coming up for you, the afternoon heats from day 2. I'm Duncan McKinnell. I'll be taking you through the action this afternoon, so stay with us for a couple of hours this afternoon and I'm sure we're going to have a really good time. We've got a decent gallery watching the affairs, so great to have spectators back after all the problems of the last 2 years. Of course, Glasgow International missed out in 2020 and 2021, but here we are back as strong as ever. So we've got a busy program this afternoon. You can see there on the mains competition scoreboard, the warm-up has ended, the pool is clear. This is what's coming up. So these are the remaining heats. We had the faster heats this morning, so the continuation heats this afternoon. 400 individual medley. In all cases, it's women followed by men. 100 breaststroke is next up. Then 200 butterfly, 200 freestyle, 50 backstroke. And then we finish off with 2 heats of 800 freestyle. The fastest heat in that one will go in this evening's final session. That's for the women only. The men's 800 and the women's 1500 will take place tomorrow. So lots and lots to look forward to. We had some great swims this morning, so there's going to be some challenges for swimmers to try and get into an evening swim, certainly for the A and B finals, but there's lots of opportunities to get swims if you're a junior, and certainly most of the swimmers who will be swimming this afternoon will be juniors, so in most cases there are still some open slots for places in the junior final, so they'll all be competing for that, and so we're looking forward to that. I think we're just waiting for our officials to come on and then we'll be underway. So as I said, first up will be 400 IM. A little view there of our swim down pool. So we've got a 4 by 25 meter swim down pool just at the scoreboard end of the pool here in Tollcross, so the swimmers get the chance to do some warm up before their race if they're racing later on in the session, and then of course it's very important to get a good swim down in after your race, particularly if you're back in the water pretty quickly, and a number of these swimmers will be. So an important resource here at Tollcross for our swimmers. Here come the officials, doing a sterling job as always. Nice smile for the camera there. Give us a wave. Yeah, absolutely on cue. Fantastic. Well done. So, swimmers. Salute. Thank you, sir. So, there's their very experienced Derno Jessamine, Cameron Mackey. There. 2 referees this afternoon. The officials there waiting patiently to go on to the starting end. Here they go. Making their way into position, and then we'll be underway. So for the 400 meters individual medley, we're just going to have 1 heat for girls followed by boys, and there's only going to be 4 swimmers in each of those 2 heats, assuming they're all here. So looking at it, we've got 5 junior slots filled in the women's race and only 3 in the men's race. So all these swimmers, barring DQs, because they're all juniors in both the women's and the men's 400 individual medley, barring DQs, they will all get to swim it again this evening. So it'll be interesting to see whether that influences how they go here, whether they push it hard and show what they can do, or whether they say, well, I know I'm in the final, so I'll save my strength until then. So we'll see. 3 full house swimmers going in the women's 400 medley against 1 from Geary. So the lineup: Alexandra Miller, Ellen McPhee in lanes 3 and 4 for full house, Ellen Denny of Geary in lane 5, and Macy Carty of full house in lane 6. So the entry times here: 5:35 the fastest, Ellen McPhee, up into 5:46 for Macy Carty. So the three full-tail swimmers in the white caps and the one geary swimmer, Ellen Denny, in the blue. Seen a mixture of blue and yellow caps from Geary. Ellen wearing the blue, and it looks like we're just about ready to go. So the referee raises his arm, starter sends them on their way. So 2 lengths of fly, 2 lengths of back, 2 lengths of breast, 2 lengths of free in this grueling event. That's the Geary swimmer taking it off early on. Ellen Denny had really good swims yesterday, so we're looking for more of the same from her today. Going with her, Macy Carty in lane 6. So they're the 2 early leaders, first and second. 33.43, an advantage of a second for Ellen. Halfway through the butterfly. Of course, things can change, as we know, in the individual medley from stroke to stroke. So Ellen will be looking to take advantage of what clearly is good, strong butterfly skills. Macy Carty sticking with her. The other 2 full-tails girls just a little bit back, but of course that could change. So coming up to the 100. Ellen Denny. About 3-4 meters up, 1:13.55. Now leads by over 2.5 seconds. So a good second half to Ellen's butterfly. And looking pretty good on the backstroke as well. And also looking good now in lane 3 is Alexandra Miller. She is moving up to try and challenge her teammate. You see as they go past the red halfway marker that it's still Macy in second place. And again at the 15-meter marker there. And still Ellen Denny with a decent advantage. Now not much at all between Alexandra and Macy. It's 1:58.60, and you can see there the relative splits. And Alexandra Miller, you can see, is the fastest, and Ellen McPhee as well, 43.0 there, so she is starting to make her move in lane 4, now pretty much up with Macy Carty, as Alexandra Miller now into second place, but still Ellen Denny leading the way. So the 3 full-tail swimmers trying to play catch-up against Ellen from Geary. So based in Inverurie in Aberdeenshire. So approaching the halfway mark now. Let's see what the gap is. It's going to be a couple of seconds or so, I think. 2:43.08 and 2:44.40. Well, less than that. It was about 1.3. So will breaststroke change things? Does look like Alexandra Miller is certainly pushing on, and Ellen McPhee now starting to make her presence felt in lane 4. Just coming up alongside Alexandra now, moving past her, but can she make a dent on Ellen Denny's lead? That's the question. I'm not sure what the answer is at the moment. Looks like Ellen is holding that lead pretty well. Let's see as we go through the 250 turn. That's split 48.98, so Ellen's time is quite a bit faster there, 46.8 against Ellen's 48.9, so she is starting to close, and she got a good turn as well. So now Ellen McPhee, who was quite a way back in the butterfly, has just gradually built herself back, and certainly in the breaststroke she's now right in contention with Ellen Denny. So stroke for stroke pretty much now. It's going to come down, I think, to the freestyle between these two. Macy Carty has got back into third place ahead of Alexandra Miller, but she's a fair way back, so it does look like it's going to be Ellen versus Ellen in the front, spelled differently, E-double-L-Y-N against E-double-L-E-N. Ellen Denny still just with the edge, but only by 0.12 now. And look at that, straight into the freestyle, Ellen McPhee. clearly now in the lead, so Ellen Denny has it all to do. That was great transition from breaststroke to freestyle from Ellen McPhee. Ellen Denny has not given up the fight though, and she is battling to try and come back to Ellen McPhee. So you can see though there's a body length between them as they turn for the final time, 4:58.9 and 5:00.71, and nearly a 2-second advantage on that 50 for Ellen McPhee. So certainly you feel that it's very much with her. As I said earlier, they're all guaranteed a second swim barring any DQs, so they're taking it pretty seriously though, I think. And Ellen McPhee, entry time 5:35. She's going to be around that mark, I think. Can she get inside it? I think well, it's going to be close. Let's see. Very close. 5:35.59, so just 2/10 off her time, but hopefully tonight she can just take a bit more off that. Ellen Denny a second away from her entry time, 5:39.74, and it was Alexandra Miller taking third, 5:44.80, and Macy 5:47.44. But as I said earlier, all four will get another swim tonight in the junior final, so they can now get themselves into the right mindset for that. Of course, they might have more swims to come this afternoon. So the lineup, which again, we've got 4 swimmers for the men's 400 individual medley. So the lineup here: Hayden Sterling of St Thomas, Gregor Skinner of First, Oscar Churnside of Geary, and Aaron Dunn of City of Glasgow. So off they go. Entry times here: fastest Gregor Skinner, 5:13, up to 5:27 for Aaron Dunn, City Glasgow swimmer in lane 6. Good start though from Hayden Sterling of St Thomas, our Broth-based team in Angus, just north of Dundee. And he is going to lead at the 50. From the yellow caps, said that Geary had yellow caps, and there's Oscar Churnside proving the point in lane 5. So these two, the only front runners. Oscar had a great 1500 freestyle yesterday. He was the fastest in the first heat and got himself into the top 10 on the back of that. He's did his time 5:15 recently at the University of Aberdeen meet, national age group finalist, and he's just tucked in behind Gregor Skinner, a couple of years younger than him. So Hayden Sterling it is, apologies there, leading the way, 1:09.88. So leading by about 7/10 there, but not sure that lead's going to last very long. In fact, it's gone now. As Oscar looking strong, real aggressive backstroke here. His arms working very hard to good effect. As he is now a fairway clear, about 3-4 meters. Yeah, 40.1 there is split against the 44 for Hayden. And these guys coming in here, 41, and well, didn't get to catch the 4th place split. But Oscar really moving it along nicely here in the backstroke. So we know from his 1500 that he's going to have a strong freestyle back end. But what will he be able to do in the breaststroke? Clearly a very competent IMer, evidenced by that swim at Aberdeen, also a bronze medalist at North District age group, so been there, done it a few times this season, long course. 39.9 there, so not such a dramatic second half to his backstroke as the St Thomas swimmer sticking to the task here, Hayden, and we'll see whether he can get any of this back in the breaststroke. And then you can see just on the right of your screen Gregor Skinner at first. Just does see his arms now, just appearing at the front of his stroke. But he's got a lot of ground to try and make up. As Oscar Chernside showing no sign of surrendering this lead. Halfway through the breaststroke, 3:17.5. So 46.89 split there. So slightly slower than Hayden Sterling, but Hayden only picked up 3/10 there. So he needs a lot more than that. But he will have a good go, I think, in the second half of this breaststroke. Try and bring it down. Sometimes the swimmers who are not quite so strong on breaststroke carry the momentum in the first half and then struggle in the second half. But I don't think that's happening for Oscar. He's still looking pretty comfortable. Nice controlled stroke. Not too much turbulence there. And good strong legs as well. So coming up to the 300, he's still got a very healthy lead. 4:06.11. A lead of over 3 seconds. Again, Hayden did get a little bit back in the second half of the breaststroke, but I don't think enough. And Oscar, I think now on the freestyle, is looking good. Again, aggressive stroking, quite a fast stroke rate. Legs, you would think probably will come into action more down this final length, unless he decides that the work is done. Let's see if he does get those legs going. See our 35.1 there. And so these two are going to be a clear first and second. And Oscar certainly keeping that stroke rate going nicely. No sign really of dropping off. So very impressive swim here. Entered 5:15.79, right on that mark, 5:16.14. So he'll be looking to try and just build that up in the final this evening. So it didn't take us long to get through the individual medley with just one heat each. But Hayden Sterling there, 5:20.48. Gregor Skinner, 5:26.81. And Aaron Dunn completing his swim. Here he comes, 5:48. So confirmation of that result. We'll see all four of them again, as I said, in the junior final. And we move on to 7 heats of 100 meters breaststroke. That's the lineup for the first heat. They are all there. We've got Morgan Higgins, Aberdeen Performance in lane 2, Joanna Calder of Mulgai and Bearsden in 3, Abigail Thompson of Dundee City Aquatics in 4, Lucy McLeod of First in 5, Erin Faulkner of Bells Hill in 6, and Laura Pilkington, SP5 para swimmer, swimming for First in lane 7. So I think you'll see the 5 able-bodied swimmers going well away from Laura. Laura, who did a personal best in the 50 yesterday, will be looking to match her 2:11 entry time, but as we focus now on the able-bodied swimmers, they're all entered 1:28 to 1:29s. Looks like it is lane 5, the first swimmer, Lucy McLeod, who has the early advantage. Not by too much, but she is, I think, going to turn the halfway mark with the lead. 41.07 against 41.65 for Abigail, 41.92 for Morgan. Nice turn in lane 2 from Morgan Higgins, the Aberdeen Performance swimmer. But still it looks like it is Lucy McLeod with the advantage. Just edging it by perhaps a metre at most, I think. Just see as they go past the 50-metre markers. pushing hard in lane 3 now is the Mulgai and Bears Den swimmer Joanna Calder. But she is challenging. She might just get this. She does. Good last 15 meters from Joanna to edge it. 1:27.95 inside her entry time. It was 1:28.55 for entry time, so taking 6/10 off that. Here comes Laura. So 15 meters for her to go. So as I said, 2:11.75 is her entry time. So you can see she's got 7 or 8 meters to go now. Working hard. Of course, absolutely no help from the legs. It all has to come from the arms here. And she comes in and looking at 2:11.56 coming up on the scoreboard. So inside her entry time, and that is confirmed there. So nice 2/10 PB for Laura. But the winner, 1:27.95, Joanna Calder. So on to heat number 2. 10 swimmers going here. Carolyn Ray of Monifeith in 0. Isla Garden of Geary in 1. Ksenia Mann of Dundee City Aquatics in 2. Kira Anderson of Fauldhouse in 3. Peyton Forbes of Bucky in lane 4. Caitlin Hamilton of Lanark in 5. Victoria Weir of First in 6. Helen Black of Cooper in lane 7. Sarah Kay of South Aberdeenshire in 8. And Emma Binney of North Ayrshire in lane 9. So here they go. 1:27s across the board in this heat for entry times. It's going to be a close affair, I think. Just to give you a flavour, they'd have to get down to 1:24 territory to challenge for a place in the junior final. Not completely out of the question for these girls. Not all of them juniors, though. Good couple of 18-year-olds, couple of 17-year-olds in this one, and then 6 of them are juniors. Good start in lane 8, South Aberdeenshire's Sarah Kay, and also up in lane 0, Carolyn Ray, and it's Carolyn by 100th, taking the touch at halfway. So, a bit of a challenge for our camera man here. Try and keep what's going on across all of the field here as they stretch from lane 0 up to lane 8. So the contenders look to be Carolyn in 0, Helen Black in 7, Sarah Kay in 8. So who is going to get it between those 3? Not too far away as well, Ksenia Mann in lane 2, but it does look like Carolyn Ray, the Monifeith swimmer from lane 0, is the one I think is going to edge it, although coming up in lane 7, ooh, close. Carolyn, though, just holding on by 900ths from Helen Black, who was finishing really strongly in those last 5 meters or so. But it was Carolyn from lane 0 taking the win. 1:26.33 as well, so a nice swim from her. Entered on 1:27.83, so 2.5 taken off that. Well done. Heat number 3. Ellen Denny quickly back into the water, so this is a tough ask for her. After that 400 IM, the Geary swimmer goes in 0. Ava McDermott, Mulgai and Bearsden in 1. Ava Ross, City of Glasgow in 2. Grace Hannock of East Lothian in 3. Susia Smith of First in 4. Lucy McDonald of Inverleith in 5. Daisy McInnes, City of Glasgow in 6. Emily McCusker of City of Glasgow in 7. Grace Prane, Dundee City Aquatics in 8. And Rebecca Strachan of Loch Hall in lane 9. Ava McDermott of Mulgai and Bearsden. Off to a strong start in lane 1 and lane 5. I think it's going to be Maybe, is it going to be lane 5 touching first? Close between those two. Lucy McDonald in lane 5, just behind Ava McDermott. 39.97, so under the 40 seconds. First time we've seen that. The 50 split. So it looks like it is developing into a race between these two. Pushing on in lane 8, Grace Prain. And just behind her in lane 6, Daisy McInnes. The youngest, well, one of two 13-year-olds, Ava Ross the other one. As long as I see them stretched across the pool. It, I think, is going to be Ava. The leader at the halfway mark will be the leader at the end. And she does take it 1:26.27. So she was entered 1:25.68, so just outside that by half a second or so. And confirmation there, Daisy McInnes second, just getting in ahead of Lucy McDonald. She takes third, 1:26.81 for her, 1:26.70 for Daisy. So we've got hot heats going on here. So the winner of this heat will pick up a prize. Nice goodie bag from our friends at Right Sports. Also should mention our friends at Briar Homes, who have very kindly sponsored this event. So the contenders for this heat 4, Macy Carty of Fauldhouse, another one back after a swim in that 400 IM. Ellie Hardy of East Lothian, it goes in 1. Katie Towers of Lanark in 2. Isla Gilmurray of Dundee City Aquatics in 3. Lizzie Wyke of Hearts in 4. Rami Muirhead of Scotia in 5. Kezia McCappin of First in 6. Millie Barton of Bells Hill in 7. Abby Kane swimming SB 13 at Stirling University in 8. And Ayla Cochrane, City of Glasgow, in lane 9. So that's lane 2. Katie Towers, Lanark swimmer, 39.36, 14-year-old. West District age groups, short course age group, she was 7th. Behind her, Isla Gilmurray of Dundee, another 14-year-old. And she's just on Katie's shoulder there. So it looks like it's between these two. Well, the swimmers not that far back. Macy Carty, Ellie Hardy over on the far side, and lane 7 and 9 also going well. Millie Barton, Ayla Cochrane. As soon as we come in, though, it's going to be tight between lanes 2 and 3. Touch just going to Katie Towers, 1:24.85. And so she takes the hot heat, just touching out Isla Gilmurray. Let's wait for confirmation of that to come up. Just taking a little while. It looks like we've got a disqualification coming in here, and unfortunately, yes, we have. Remy Muirhead of Scotia. So it is Katie Towers from Isla Gilmurray and Macy Carty in 3rd. So line up for heat number 5 up on your screen. Emma Silcock of First in 0, Jessica Kirkwood of Aberdeen Performance in 1, Zara Denson of Montefieth in 2, Greta Samaska of Warrender in 3, Ellie Kennedy, City of Glasgow in 4, Ethan Fraser of Aberdeen Performance in 5, Katie Mulvey of East Cavan in 6, Iona Henderson of Rutherglen in 7, Natalie Cooper of Warrender in 8, and Victoria Grabowska of Western Bartonshire in lane 9. So it's the City of Glasgow swimmer Ellie Kennedy, another 14-year-old, who is the early leader. Also going well in lane 6 is Katie Mulvey, Cavan in Ireland. In fact, it might be Katie, is it? Well, it's going to be really tight at the turn. It is Katie Mulvey, 38.05. So it's over a second faster than the previous heat, and faster than any of the others as well. But a nice turn from Ellie. in lane 4 has handed the advantage back to her. And she'll be looking to consolidate that now down this second length. Pushing hard in lane 3 is the Warrender swimmer Greta Samaska. And others not too far away, Eden Fraser one of them. But it's certainly looking like Ellie Kennedy's race now. This is going really good managed race and a strong second half, 1:21.50. And that's a big PB for Ellie, enter 1:23.60, so over 2 seconds knocked off that, so very nicely done. And it looks like we might have another disqualification, so that's unfortunate, and that is Iona Henderson. So she's out, unfortunately. Greta Samaska taking second, Jessica Kirkwood was third. So 2 more heats to go. And there is heat 6. Again, all 10 swimmers present. Katie Broadfoot, South Ayrshire in 0. Bronwyn Payne of Best, the Borders team in lane 1. Madison Gallagher of First in 2. Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire in 3. Cassie Wiper of City of Glasgow in 4. Amy Owenson, a second best swimmer, goes in 5. Katie Simpson of Edinburgh University in 6. Grace Harley of East Lothian in 7. Ellie Craig Collins of Warrender in 8. And Kira Hart of Scotia in lane 9. So 1:22s and 1:23s the entry times here. Good start from the 2 best swimmers. Bronwyn up in lane 1 and Amy in lane 5, both going well. And they're certainly in the mix. So in lane 3 is Kaylin Chan. And well, that's a false time coming up there in lane 9. So let's ignore that because something funny has happened there on our timing system. But we've got a good competitive race going on here. Plenty of contenders. Moving up in lane 4, Cassie Wiper, the 15-year-old from City of Glasgow. But this is all going to be now about managing your last 15 meters into the wall. Amy Owenson pushing on in lane 5. I think it's between, well, there's still 4 of them in the mix. Lanes 1, 2, 4 and 5. Who's going to get the touch? All about finishing skills, and it's Cassie Wiper who just nailed that 1:22.44. So good swim there, good management of that race. Amy Owenson just pipped to the post there by 500ths. 1:22.49 for her, with her teammate Bronwyn Payne just behind her, 1:22.86. So she knocks 100th off her entry time. So nice little 100th PB there. One more heat to go for this women's 100 breaststroke. And off they go. No swimmer in lane 1, so we have 9 swimmers here. Hannah Edmiston, City of Glasgow in 0. Evie Mackey of Lanark in 2. Ava Kirkham of First in 3. Alana Wilson of Bells Hill in 4. Ailey McNair of Mulgai and Bearsden in 5. Lucia Biva Segurado of East Lothian in 6. Her teammate Iona Wilson goes in 7. Isabel Kendall of Stirling Swim in 8. And Lauren Anderson of Falthouse in lane 9. So I think it's going to be lane 5. Ailey McNair first to the turn. 37.80 for her. From Isabel Kendall and Ava Kirkham, just 100th part. Lana Wilson, Lauren Anderson also very close. So again, this is going to be a close one. Certainly it looked like Cassie Wiper's time from the previous heat was good enough for a place in the junior final. We'll see whether we can get some more here. So lane 3, Ava Kirkham. Lane 7 is Iona Wilson. Yeah, I think 1 and 2 here. It looks like it's going to be Ava taking the win, which she does, 1:21.50, and that's certainly going to be good enough for a swim this evening. And I think that there's every chance that Iona Wilson will join her there, 1:21.73. We'll need to wait for confirmation of that. Don't take my word for it. Lucia Bivar Segurado taking third in 1:22.97. So good contests going on there. And we stick with 100 breaststroke and go to the men. And again, we've got 6 heats. So then you see we've got 3 swimmers in heat number 1. And they are Kyle Mitchell of Geary, Finley Bennett of Rutherglen, and Fraser van der Merlen of Stirling Swim. Times here all in the 121s, 121.0, 121.1 and 121.4. All ending in a 0, which suggests that they might be conversions from short course. So we'll see what they can do for real long course. Conversion tables just default to a 0. So pushing it out nicely, Fraser van der Merlen, one of 2 13-year-olds here. Finley Bennett being the other, 37.33. So nice, strong first 50. Kyle Mitchell, the 16-year-old, is challenging him, but it is still the Stirling youngster with the advantage. Great pedigree, the van der Merlen's course. Mom, Alison Shepherd of Commonwealth Games gold medal winning fame. She's coaching for Stirling Swim now, which is great. 1:21.15, passing on all her experience, and that's a nice swim from Fraser right on his entry time. Saka and Finley Bennett, 1:21.76, just edging past Kyle Mitchell in the closing stages there. To heat number 2. Line up here, Ross Hutchinson of Montefieth in 0, Cole Morrison of Stirling Swim in 1, Gregor Skinner of First in 2, Kyle Connolly of City of Glasgow in 3, Lewis Graham of Airdrie Monklands in 4, Matthew Heasley of City of Glasgow in 5, Aidan Nixon of Bells Hill in 6, Lachlan Small of Stirling Swim in 7, and Aaron Machin, City of Glasgow in lane 8. Times here 1:18s to 1:20, and a cracking start in lane 4 from the Airdrie swimmer Lewis Graham. He is the oldest, 19-year-old. Behind him it's another good Stirling Swim, Lachlan Small from Aidan Nixon, turning 3rd, 35.30. Halfway split for Lewis. Entered on 1:18.11. Still Lachlan Small holding on to second ahead of Bells Hill's Aidan Nixon. So they're looking like the 1, 2, 3, and I don't think that order's going to change. As Lewis brings them in, 1:17.18. So he improves by about a second on his entry time. Lachlan Small, 1:18 dead. So nice swim from him as well. And third place Aidan Nixon, 1:19.93. So Lachlan also nice PB there. Into 1:19.93, so taking that down to a 1:18 dead. On to heat 3. So no swimmer in lane 9 here. Other than that, they're all here. David Lambon, City of Glasgow in 0. Benji Jones of Lanark in 1. Alex Cumming of Bells Hill in 2, Ewan Gray of Cooper in 3, Andrew Venter of Perth City in 4, Lewis Moyer of East Kilbride in 5, Bradley Jack of First in 6, Sam Ross of Warrender in 7, Aidan McCavish of first in lane 8. Times here 1:16.6 up to 1:17.9. Just touching first, Lewis Moyer, 34.94. 16-year-old from East Kilbride. Watched by Andy Figgins there. Up the Dolan Boss. East Kilbride, a 6 lane 50-metre pool. Pushing on now in lane 3 is Cooper's Ewan Gray. So had some decent swims this weekend, and also looking good. Sam Ross now in lane 7, but I think it is going to be the Cooper swimmer Ewan who will bring this one in, and he does. 1:16.87, 200ths inside his entry time. And confirmation there, Sam Ross second, 1:17.04. He's 4/10ths inside his entry time. Andrew Venter taking third, 1:17.31. Heat number 4. Everyone present. Ewan Weir, Dundee City Aquatics in 0. Finlay Sang of City Glasgow in 1. Finn Longmore of Cavan in 2. Fraser Tetlow of Geary in 3. Jake Percy of Hamilton in 4. Finn Bannerman of Perth City in 5. Jake Mackenzie of Aberdeen Performance in 6. Mark Watchorn of Scotia in 7. Adam Hill of Stirling Swim in 8. Kieran Hayes of Aberdeen in lane 9. 1:14.7 up to 1:16.5, the range of entry times here. And, well, they're pretty evenly spread across the pool here. All 10 of them just about in a line. And you can see there's very little juice between them. Lane 0, I think, is it? Going to turn first? No, it's lane 5, Finn Bannerman. 35.28 by 500. Not quite as fast as the previous heat. About a quarter of a second back on that. Certainly pushing on in 0 is Ewan Weir, the Dundonian. But still very, very tight contest. Plenty of swimmers in the mix. With about 20 metres to go. Who can finish the strongest? Well, I think it is going to be Ewan. So I think that's a second win from lane 0 coming in this afternoon. So very good stuff. 1:14.45, and that's an excellent time from him as well. Nearly 2 seconds inside his entry time. So the 14-year-old from Dundee will be happy with that. Adam Hill taking second. Mark Watchorn taking third. Both in the 1:15 territory. So the music is belting out here in the venue, which says that this Heat 5 is another of our hot heats. So there'll be a prize to the winner of this heat, as well as the glory of winning the heat, of course, and possibly the chance of a place in the final tonight. All 10 swimmers here. Torrin Liversedge, South Aberdeenshire in 0. Robbie Carlisle of Bells Hill in 1. Kyle Wong, City of Glasgow in 2. Michael Skeckel of Inverleith in 3. Logan van der Merlen of Stirling Swim in 4. Dylan McCombie of South Aberdeenshire in 5. Fraser Macintosh of East Kilbride in 6. Finlay Saunders, Edinburgh University in 7. Marcus Blake, City of Glasgow in 8. And Corey Phillip, Dundee City Aquatics in lane 9. 1:13s and 1:14s the entry times here. Place in the Junior final. There are 3 slots up for grabs. The slowest from this morning, 1:13.17. So if you can get in that, you've got every chance. Just 100th there between Fraser and Logan at the turn, but it is Logan van der Merlen, another of the van der Merlen boys, looking good here in lane 4. Logan 6th in national age groups, 3rd in the West District pre-snags meet, and he is looking up for this one. His entry time is the fastest in the field, 1:13.30. Another rounded time, so again that might be a short course conversion, but he's going to be inside it. Well done, 1:12.45, and that should get him into the junior final tonight, unless there are a lot of very fast swims in this last heat coming up. So he'd certainly put himself right into the mix there. Great stuff, 1:12.45, an emphatic win. Fraser Macintosh second, 1:14.90, and then there was just 100th there between third and fourth. So our last heat of 100 breaststroke. And we've got in this one Lewis Gray of Inverclyde in 0, Lewis Brander of Montefieth in 1, Chap Milne SB14 swimmer for Dundee City Aquatics in 2, Adam Scott City of Glasgow in 3, Marius Kringelis of Edinburgh University in 4, Max Pelosi City of Glasgow in 5, Royus Kringelis of Bellshill in 6, Chap Mitchell Aberdeen Performance in 7, Ben McLaughlin of Geary in 8, and Guy Pelosi City of Glasgow in 9. So some family things going on here. The two Kringelis boys and the two Pelosi boys all in the water, but it's Marius Kringelis who's taking complete control of this, 31.48. So he's looking really good here. National Age Group bronze medalist. No, that was his brother. Apologies. Marius entered on a 1:08, so that is quite a bit faster. He'll be looking as a 19-year-old to replace in the B final. He needs a 1:07.16 to do that. The other's looking for that around that 1:13 territory. So no doubt about Marius Kringelis. He's going to just hold his possession as the dominant Kringelis breaststroker and take it the win there in 1:08.71. So that's not quite fast enough to progress. His brother takes second in 1:11.23. That's 100th inside his time, and I think he will go into the final. And well, it's going to get complicated because there are a whole string of 1:12s there you saw. So there's going to be some sorting out to be done, I think, between those swimmers. Certainly the juniors amongst them, Max Pelosi being one of them, and the swimmers from this morning. So I'm not going to call it as to who gets into that junior final, but it's certainly hard fought. So on to the 200 butterfly now. Just the two heats here. And the first of them is the hot heat. So the music belting out to signify that. And there's going to be 6 swimmers contesting it. This is another one where there's at least 4 slots available for juniors. Most of the swimmers in the 2 heats here are juniors, including all of the ones going into the water now. With the lineup: Lucy Morgan of Aberdeen Performance in 2, Ali Tetlow of Geary in 3, Kaylin Chan of North Ayrshire in 4, Jessie Norris of Best in 5, Kira Gregg of Fauldhouse in 6, and Carolyn Ray of Montefieth in lane 7. She's not a junior actually, so I was wrong when I said they were all juniors, not Carolyn. But it's Kira Gregg, the Fauldhouse swimmer, who's set off fast, 35.62. So a lot of this is about managing your pacing, particularly for the younger swimmers. Kira just 14. And it's always the danger at a big meet like this. It gets a bit overexcited and go off too fast, but let's hope that Kira is in control of her pacing here. Certainly has pushed off very strongly, well clear of the 2 in the centre lanes, Kaylin in 4 and Jessie in 5, and with them in lane 2, Lucy Morgan. So 1:17.30. So check on the pacing there, and still going faster than the others. 41.6 against 43.4 for Kaylin in second place. So it does look like Kira is well in control of this. Showing no sign yet tying up. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Still a good contest going on for second. Lucy Morgan in 2 and Kaylin Chan in 4, with Jessie Norris just behind them. But here we see Kira coming in. It's maybe slightly more laboured, perhaps, coming into that, but she'll know that she's on her final 50 yet, and she's still pacing comfortably faster than the others. Now into second, Lucy Morgan. And Kaylin Chan in third, so that's certainly looking like the 1, 2, 3. So we'll see whether Kira can maintain this. Her entry time 2:56. She's absolutely going to demolish that. Just let's keep it going, Kira. Pushing on, 10 meters to go. It's getting a little tough, and certainly that lead is shrinking, but this has been a really good swim and a nice PB. The clock not stopping there, so we'll need to get that time for her. But it's going to be inside that 2:51.97 that we saw for Lucy. So, and there you see it now, 2:50.66 coming in lane 6. Slightly out of order there on your screen, but I think that will be the good time. That was probably the backup time from the backup button slotted in there. So entered, as I said, 2:56.8. So 6 seconds improvement there for Kira. Very nicely done. Lucy Morgan as well, big PB for her, 2:51.97. So hats off to her as well. Ellie Tetlow taking third. And of course, Kira gets the hot heat prize as well. 9 swimmers going in heat number 2. Got Fair Glen, City of Glasgow in 0. Macy Carty's having a busy afternoon, goes in lane 1 for Fauldhouse. No lane 2. Alice Cumming of City of Glasgow in 3. Evie Mackey of Lanark in 4. Layla Weatherspoon of Hearts in 5. Abby Barnstaple of Lanark in 6. Emily Rioch, Aberdeen Performance in 7. Isla Garden of Geary in 8. And Alexandra Miller, Fauldhouse in lane 9. So lane 3 through to lane 7, all there or thereabouts as we come to the 50. A touch going to Abby Barnstaple in lane 6, 33.75. That's quite a bit faster than we saw before in the first heat. Abby, a 15-year-old from Lanark. Entry time for her, 2:46.8. Looks like it's the Glasgow swimmer now who's taking it on, though, Alice Cumming, and beside her, Evie Mackey of Lanark. So they're in lanes 6 and 7. Abby Barnstable and Emily Rioch. And Layla Weatherspoon not far away either in lane 5. So it's the 5 still, led by the Glaswegian, Alice, 1:13.82. Alice Cumming, 14-year-old. Entered 2:44, but she actually did a 2:39 up in Aberdeen, the University of Aberdeen long course meet. So she'll be trying to judge herself against that. As I said, slots up for grabs in the junior final. And Alice will be looking for one of them. 2:51 was the fastest, or slowest time rather, from this morning. So I think she'll be faster than that as well. So I think she's going to have quite a good lane in that junior final. 1:56.16, 2 seconds up on Evie Mackey, who's in a good contest with Layla Weatherspoon, the 13-year-old Evie and the 14-year-old Layla. And both of them will be vying for spots in the junior final as well. They are slowly coming back at Alice now, particularly lane 5, Layla Weatherspoon, who is really pushing it hard in this final 50. Can she catch Alice Cumming? Oh, it's going to be tight. I think she absolutely nailed that finish to do it. Really nice finish from Layla there, 2:37.96. And that again is a nice improvement from a 2:40.6 entry time. Alice Cumming, 2:38.08. And that was faster than she did in Aberdeen, so another nice improvement for Alice. Evie Mackey in the 3rd place, 2:40. So some good swims there, and I think we'll be certainly seeing a good number of those swimmers back again. Not Emily Rea, because she is a senior. But some of them, I think, will be going into the B final. Certainly Layla Weatherspoon will. Needed a 2:39 to get in the B final, and she'll have done that. So well done to her. So some good swims there and a good competitive race. Just the 3 swimmers going for the men's 200 butterfly. Just the one heat. So it's Ethan Collins, Peter Maloney, Caden McLaughlin, the 3 from Bells Hill, Inverclyde and Scotia respectively. So a West District shootout. Bells Hill on the Central Belt, Inverclyde on the Clyde coast, Scotia just east of Glasgow. Bishop Briggs. So a good strong start from Peter Maloney, the 15-year-old from Inverclyde. So he has opened up quite a big gap, 31.60. This one to get turned to 2:39 slot for junior, and again I think certainly set to do that. Entry time for Peter 2:32. Caden entered 2:33. Ethan, the youngest of them, in 3rd place. So 109.24. So 37.6 split for Peter. 3 seconds faster than Caden for his second 50. And you see their big lead. We're only getting him in the shot now. So he makes his way back up to the scoreboard end. Still Caden McLaughlin out of shot comfortably in second ahead of Ethan. As we see Peter turn, we'll see the others coming in shot. There is Caden in the green cap, and we'll see Ethan coming in now in the red of Bells Hill. So again, Peter faster than Caden by about 7-8 tenths. 149 dead. So that was just under a 40-second split there. So should see an improvement on his 2:32 entry time, as long as he can keep the stroke together down the final 50. So the clock just coming in to 2:25s. Maybe can we get under 2:30 here? Yes, of course we can. 2:29.25. So a very nice improvement of over 3.5 seconds for Peter. Caden coming in at a 2:36.79. And Ethan Collins coming in for 3rd place, 2:45.87 for him. And I'm told it's Ethan Collins' 13th birthday today, so happy birthday to Ethan Collins and Bells Hill. So we're done with 200 butterfly, short but sweet. And we've got 200 freestyle coming up now, and 7 heats here for the women. So this is going to be quite a busy and well contested event. We've got 5 swimmers in this first heat. We're missing the swimmer that should have gone in lane 7. So the lineup here, Scarlett Wilson and Abigail Crawford in lanes 2 and 3, both representing City of Glasgow. Then we've got Lark Hall's Emily Easton in lane 4. And Madison Stewart, rather, Aberdeen Performance in 5. And Anna Campbell, 3rd City of Glasgow swimmer, goes in lane 6. 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds here. fastest on paper. Emily Easton 2:26.7, but she's back in the 3rd place at the moment, in fact 4th place. Madison Stewart leading the way, 32.64. Madison Stewart did her entry time here at National Age Groups, 7th place, having won bronze in North District age groups. Right beside her then you see Anna Campbell, another 13-year-old, 3rd up in the University of Aberdeen meet. So they are 1-2. Well, up there as well, Scarlett Wilson, very much in the mix. In lane 2. So nice technique from Madison here, and she's gradually building up her lead now. Long stretchy arms, powerful leg action, and she's now up by more than a body length on 48.63, so very nice 3rd 50 from her. 38.2 against 40 points for Anna and Scarlett. Also coming up there, let's see, in 4th place Abigail Crawford in lane 3. Now moved up into 3rd. Nobody's going to challenge Madison though. She's got this one lined up. See if she can get inside her 2:26.9 time. Time she did at National Age Groups. Going to be just inside it by 400s, 2:26.86. So nicely done. Just wait for the confirmed result to come up, but there you have it. Abigail Crawford coming through to take 2nd, and Campbell 3rd, 2:28.82, 2:30.65. So heat number 2. Ready to go. Empty lane in lane 6 in this one. So we have Gina Wren in lane 0 for City of Glasgow. Then 2 first swimmers. Caitlin Frame, Ava Kirkham in lanes 1 and 2. Ellen Denny of Geary in 3. Lucy Nimmo of Bells Hill in 4. Simone Finlayson in 5 for Dundee City Aquatics. Alexandra Miller of Fauldhouse in 7. Kaylin Chan of North Ayrshire in 8. And Anna Easton, Dundee City Aquatics in lane 9. So Gina Wren, 32.51 with the early lead. But it's pretty tight. Gina Wren going nicely over at the top of your screen, lane 0. Is she holding on to this lead? Yes, she is. You see there clearly as you watch them go through the hundreds turn, 1:08.83. So leading by about 7/10, and about a second and a half faster than the first heat at the halfway mark. Lane 2, Ava Kirkham in 2nd place. Caitlin Frame just behind her. So all the action up at the top of your screen here. Blue caps of City of Glasgow in 1st. 13-year-old Gina Wren. We're seeing some great 13-year-old swims here. And Gina's still leading, but coming under a bit more pressure now from Ava Kirkham. Just half a second between them. And we'll see whether Ava can mount an attack down this final 50. I think it's going to be between these two. Caitlin Frame probably has to settle for 3rd here. As we come down into the last 15 meters, It is definitely tightening up. Caitlin Frame may not be out of this yet. She is pushing very hard, but it looks like Gina Wren is going to hold on to this one from lane 0. That's at least our 3rd win out of lane 0 this afternoon, so it's a pretty successful lane for swimmers, and that's a nice PB, 2:23.70 against a 2:26.50 entry time. So well done, Gina. Well done as well, Ava Kirkham and Caitlin Frame, all comfortably inside their entry times as well. So very nice top 3 there. So we go on to heat number 3, and this is another of our hot heats. Nice little extra, and a very nice doggy bag from all sorts of swimming extras. Doggy bag's the wrong word. So heat number 3, everyone there. Eden Fraser of Aberdeen Performance, Isla Garden of Geary, Tara Montgomery of Sterling Swim, Kerry Sinnott of Bells Hill, Daisy McInnes, City of Glasgow, Lucy McDonald of Inverleith, Lauren Anderson of Fauldhouse, Riley McIntosh, Dundee City Aquatics, Keisha McCormack of Scotia, and Phoebe Sampson of Dundee City Aquatics. Times here 2:20 to 2:24. Pushing out strongly is the Sterling swimmer Tara Montgomery, 16-year-old. Some good Sterling swims this afternoon, but actually it's lane 5, Lucy McDonald. So she took a breakout in one of the earlier events. I think that was the 100 breaststroke. And obviously decided that she wants to focus on this one, the Inverleith swimmer. So hopefully that will pay fruit for her. She is in the pack now, and it's quite a busy pack. About 5-6 swimmers, and it's lane 2, Tara Montgomery, who now has the advantage, 1:07.37. Tara, as I said, 16-year-old from Stirling. So very nice second 50 from her. So the others now have to try and play catch up. Well, you wouldn't put it past them. Nice to see that encouragement from the side of the pool. Swimmers need all the help they can get. Now, who's going to get the touch here? It looks like the focus moved to lane 6 and 7. Lauren Anderson and Riley McIntosh, and it's Lauren by 600ths, 1:45.68. Who now has the lead. Tara's not out of it in lane 2, but it does look like it's the Fauldhouse swimmer in lane 6, Lauren Anderson, the 15-year-old, who's got the advantage now. And she has managed this well. 2:21.94 is her entry time. She'll be inside that, will she? I think so. Yep, 2:21.19. So improvement of about 7/8 tenths. Lucy McDonald just edging second by 400ths from Riley McIntosh. So she, look at that, 36.18 against the 37s from the swimmers behind her. So good last 50 from the Inverleith swimmer. Inverleith, of course, Edinburgh Club. So she takes second. Riley McIntosh takes third, just behind her by 400ths. We're looking at 2:17, the slowest junior time from this morning, but there were only 5 qualifying for the junior final. So again, as we've seen in earlier heats, plenty of opportunities for another swim. This one, we've got an empty lane in lane 6. So they line up in heat 4. Lexine McCappin of first in 0. Naomi Wilson of Warrender in 1. Melissa Menny of East Kilbride in 2, Ellen McPhee of Fauldhouse in 3, Maria Howe of Aberdeen Performance in lane 4, Ellie Craig Collins of Warrender in 5, Sarah Kravis of East Lothian in lane 7, Ayla Cochrane of City Glasgow in 8, and her teammate Ellie Kennedy in lane 9. Ellie Craig Collins first to the turn, 30.75. So that is the fastest 50 split we've seen, and she's certainly opened up a pretty healthy gap here over Maria Howe in lane 4. So they're the two at the moment, first and second. And it is the Warrender swimmer. 05.68 for Ellie. Leads by about a second and a half. I just get the feeling that Maria is not out of this. There's only 300ths in their entry times. So we'll see whether Maria does challenge back in the second half here. Going very nicely in lane 7 is the youngster Zara Kravis from East Lothian. She's getting herself well into contention here. So we've got a bit of a battle on our hands now. 1:42.38. Ellie still leads the way. Will they be aware of Zara Kravis there in lane 7, or are they busy focusing Maria and Ellie on each other, because Zara has gone past them? This is a super second half from Zara Kravis, and she is going to take this pretty comfortably, it looks like, at the end of the day. 2:20.20 entry time, East District Age Group champion. That was swum short course, but she improves on her entry time. 2:17.41, looks round to see what that time was on the scoreboard. I think she'll like what she saw, and that, I think, will put her certainly in position for a place in the junior final, but we've still got quite a lot of swimming to do, so it's too early to call that with any confidence. Look at that, just 100th between Ellie and Maria. They were battling away all the way through that race, but in the end it was just Ellie by 100th. Heat 5 then, and looking down the line, everyone is there. Charlotte Hardy, the Scottish junior team, goes in 0. Addison Cole of Hamilton in 1. Heather Stewart and North Ayrshire in 2. Emma McGavin of Hamilton in 3. Lucy Atherton of Hearts in 4. Then 3 from City of Glasgow. Rosie Liston in 5. Talia Blackley in 6. Victoria Niven in 7. Sophie Allison of Western Bartonshire goes in 8. And Millie MacArthur of Lanark in lane 9. So 2:17.41 is the challenge set from that last heat. See if anyone can match that. 31.36, that's not as fast as the splits we saw. Of course, at that stage it was Ellie Craig Collins who was taking it out. But this one is certainly looking to be a much more evenly balanced affair. The Glaswegians certainly up there in the hunt. So is the dark red cap, Sophie Allison of Western Bartonshire in lane 8. And lane 0, once again, lane 0, Charlotte Hardy, mainly known as breaststroker, but she's just touched out at the halfway mark by Talia Blackley in lane 6, 1:06.52. Fair to say, I don't have any form for Charlotte on 200 freestyle, but it is great. Talking to Ali White this morning on the transmission, the aquatics director for Scottish Swimming, and certainly advocating that the younger swimmers don't specialise too early, keep their hand in a range of events, and that's what we're seeing from Charlotte there. But still in, what, second or third place now, behind 2 of the Glaswegians. 1:41.84 for Talia, 1:42.39 for Victoria. So Talia Blackley looking to try and bring this one home. Did her entry time to 18:03 at the West District Pre-Stags meet here in this pool, but now coming under pressure from Victoria Niven in lane 7. You see there stroke for stroke as they come to the final 5, but still up there Charlotte Hardy. Is it Charlotte? It is Charlotte. 2:17.31, so that's a 10th faster than we saw from Zara Kravis. So tightening up those positions for places in the junior final. Charlotte, 15-year-old, has put in her bid. Victoria Niven as well, 2:17.48, certainly has every chance as well, but she's a little behind Zara Kravis's time from the previous heat, so it's all getting tight 2 heats to go. So still lots of talent, young talent too. In this heat, Coco Croxford goes for the Scottish junior team in 0. Zoe Crawford of first in 1. Nuala Gow of Geary in 2. Safrina Machin of City of Glasgow in 3. Tegan Black of East Lothian in 4. Louise Connell of City of Glasgow in 5. Alex Coy of Warrender in 6. Then we've got 2 from Mulgow and Bearsden. That's Sarah Stewart in 7. Grace Noonan in 8. And Caris Mooney of City of Glasgow in lane 9. Tegan Black, East Lothian swimmer, first to the turn, 30.81. National age group finalist in this event, was very strong in the distance events at national age groups. So she'll certainly not lack for stamina at the bottom, back end of this meet, of this heat I should say. And she is up by what, a body length on the line of swimmers. As we look at pool level across the pool, now as we move up we can see that gap of about a body length, 1:05.57, so that is slightly faster than anything we've seen. Tegan's entry time 2:16, so it's certainly heating up here in terms of the times that are needed for another swim. So this will be Tegan's bid up at the top of your screen. Coco Croxford for the Scottish junior team, the 14-year-old, and Zoe Crawford of first. Coco Croxford trains here in Glasgow, did a 2:17.0 up in Aberdeen, finishing 3rd. But it's still Tegan, 1:40.42. That is faster than we've seen. So just under a 35 here, so looking at maybe around 2:15 territory if she can keep this going. And see if she can pick up the pace a bit. So we've seen 2:17s in the previous 2 heats. This surely is going to be faster. So nice swim from Tegan, 2:14.76. So I think the East Lothian contingents will be happy with that. Second half inside her entry time. And with 1 heat to go, that's Tegan's bid put in. Coco Croxford, we'll see on that, 2:15.68. Grace Noonan, 2:16.41. So it does look now maybe the 2:17s will perhaps struggle to get another swim. But they do need to just do the proper work, combine the morning and the afternoon times, and then work out the top 10 juniors out of the A&B final. So 1 more heat to go, and again more junior talent here and some seniors. So we have Eleanor Ross going for Tain in 0, India Marshall of East Lothian in 1, Alana MacDonald of Borough of Stockton in 2, Elle Sutherland, City of Glasgow in 3, then 2 from South Ayrshire, Eddie Robertson in 4, Kira Sterica in 5, Sophie Hirsch of Denmark in 6, and her teammate Gilla Kirksterp in lane 7, Katja Andrisdottir of Iceland in 8, and Kira Davison, City of Glasgow in lane 9. So a sub-30 split there from Katja, the Icelandic swimmer there, second to bottom of your screen. Dane Sophie Hirsch in lane 6, also going well. Empty lane in lane 5, so no Kira Sterica. As we go into the second half, 1:02.81. Certainly the pace has picked up here strongly. Now it's Sophie Hirsch leading the way. Entered on a 2:14. If she can keep this pace going, she's certainly going to be faster than that. Then it's the Icelandic swimmer Katja, and just a little bit back on them, the second Dane, Gilla Kirksterp. So very much a Scandinavian flavour to this heat, as Sophie going through 1:36.07. So a 33 split there. So time to get in the B final, because Sophie though only a 15-year-old, but if she's to get in the B final, 2:09.2 she would need. See the Icelandic coaches there really giving it everything to encourage Katja in lane 8. She is going to split the two Danes, it looks like. Does look like Sophie maybe just tiring in that last 50 a bit, but 2:09.91, so that's just outside the B final, but certainly will be good for a good lane in the junior final. So I'm sure that will be in the object of the exercise, and that is a big PB for Sophie. Entered on 2:14.76. The trip from Denmark was worth it just for that. Well done, Sophie. 2:09.91. Katja Andriesdotter taking second, 2:12.78. Nice PB for her as well, at 2 3/4 seconds. So some really excellent stuff there, and there's going to be a lot of change, I think, to the makeup of the junior final compared with what we were looking at this morning. So very well swum to a whole range of swimmers there. So on to the men, see if they can match that excellence that we saw from the girls. We've got 5 heats coming up here. 4 go in heat 1. Armitage in lane 3 for City of Glasgow. His teammates Kyle Connolly and Carl Mossman in lanes 4 and 5, and then we have the paraswimmer S8 Sam Downey representing the Scottish junior team, goes in lane 6. So the range of times here, 3 swimmers, all 2:16.10, the 3 from City of Glasgow, and then Sam on a 2:33. Sam has been improving leaps and bounds. See, absolutely nothing going on in the legs for Sam, so he has to do it all in the arms. The S8 swimmer, but he's keeping up pretty much with the Glaswegians. Just a half a second back. Carl Connolly with the edge. Kyle third up in Aberdeen, second at the West District Pre-Snags meet. The other 3 all fairly much in a line here. Sam Downey will be making his British debut in the World Paralympic Championships in a couple of months' time. So we wish him all the best in that. So building up as this one of his preparation meets. And still staying pretty much in touch, of course, with that loss of leg power. Does suffer a bit in the turns. So it means he's got some work to do to try and stay with the 2 Kyles in the swim. Armitage, though, continuing to push it on. A 12-year-old, so youngest in the field. Aaron, second up in Aberdeen, West District short course champion in his age group. So 1:46.69 for him, so he leads by just over a second and a half. It certainly looks like he's got this heat in the bag. And the question is who is going to get second. The 2 Kyles plus Sam Downey all in the mix for that. But the 12-year-old Armitage, 2:16.10 entry time. As I said, the 3 Glasgow swimmers all entered on 2:16.10. So not matching that, but 2:21.51. Taking the win. Second place, Kyle Mossman, 2:23.68, 2:24.85. And then a big PB for Sam Downey, 8 seconds inside his entry time in a 2:25. So nicely done, Sam. So on to heat number 2. And here we've got Finley Sang, City of Glasgow in 0. Andrew Smitten of South Aberdeenshire in 1. Jake McKenzie of Aberdeen Performance in 2. Tom Armitage of Thurso in 3. Oscar Churnside of Geary in 4. Andrew Venter of Perth City in 5. Charlie McLaren, South Aberdeenshire in 6. Conor Brearley of Dundee City Aquatics in 7. Lachlan Small of Stirling Swim in 8. And Adam Cool of City of Glasgow in lane 9. So through the first turn, Conor Brearley, 29.43. Conor with a 2:14 entry time, fastest. And just 100th in the entry times between Oscar Churnside and Andrew Venter in lanes 4 and 5. They're sort of 3rd and 4th, I think, at the moment, behind Conor Brearley and Charlie McLaren, or Oscar Churnside rather than Charlie McLaren. 1:03.32. Charlie McLaren leads the way. And certainly Oscar Churnside is making the move now. You could see that coming into the turn because he was challenging for 3rd and then he was challenging for 2nd, and now he is in the lead. So definitely picking up the pace. 2-3 meters up. 1:37.56. 33.5 split there. Set him up nicely for this final length. The Thurso swimmer Tom Armitage from right on the north coast of Scotland is pushing on. He's giving this a go. Can he catch? Well, I think he can. So this is a terrific last length there from Tom Armitage. He had to make up a 2nd half, and well, he did that and more, because in the end winning it by nearly half a second. 2:09.69. So good stuff there. Tom entered 2:12, so again good improvement on that. Oscar Churnside takes a 2:11.6 down to a 2:10.10. In 2nd place, Andrew Venter taking 3rd. So you can see the lineup there for heat number 3. Ben King of Mulcahy Bearsden in 0. Ali Jeffrey of Satellite from Macclesfield in 1. Guy Pelosi of City of Glasgow in 2. Lucas Johnson of Aberdeen Performance in 3. Carl Mitchell of Geary in 4. Blair McKean of Belsill in 5. Adam Ritchie of Warrender in 6. Keane Smith of Airdrie Monklands in 7. Fraser Tetlow of Geary in 8, and Sam Curry of Perth City in lane 9. So the entry times here in 2:08s to 2:10s. And it's Keane Smith, 28.13. Who leads through the turn, the Airdrie 17-year-old. Of course, for the men, junior ranks go up to 17. Need to get down to around about a 2:06, I think, to qualify for the junior final. That's probably a bit of an ask at this level anyway. 1:00.63. Well, if we can keep this pace going, you never know. 32's there. So that would suggest sort of 2:05 pacing, if it can hold it. Now coming up in lane 6 is the Warrender swimmer Adam Ritchie. He's not a junior, 18-year-old, and beside him is still Keane Smith in the blue cap of Airdrie. Sam Curry in lane 9 is up there, and lane 1 Ali Jeffrey, both in the 17-year-old age group, so both qualify as juniors, but 1:34.71, the pace has dropped, so I think we are falling out of consideration unless something dramatic happens down this last length now. And it's a battle, really, it looks like now, between red cap and blue cap. Adam Ritchie, Keane Smith. Looks like it's advantage Warrender. And in the end, pretty emphatic win for Adam Ritchie, 2:06.95. So he wasn't far away. He was an 18-year-old, but putting that aside, nice improvement, 2:08.8 entry time down to a 2:06.95. Second, Keane Smith, 2:08.16, and Ben King third, 2:09.45. So Keane inside his entry time, and so was Ben. So nicely done from both of them. Heat number 4 on its way. And in this one, we've got Adam Scott, City of Glasgow in 0. Thomas Traynor of East Kilbride in 1. Gregor Skinner of First in 2. Jonathan Venter of Perth City in 3. Fraser Claxton of Hearts in 4. Greg Hall of Aberdeen Performance in 5. Jack Milne swimming S14 for Dundee City Aquatics in 6. Lewis Gibson, North Ayrshire in 7. Ben Montgomery of Stirling Swim in 8. And Jack Mitchell of Aberdeen Performance in lane 9. Jonathan Venter taking this one out, 27.82. Jonathan, 19-year-old from Perth, 2:05.70 entry time. 4th in North District age groups, but the Midland District went up to Aberdeen to share with the North, given that the pool in Dundee is out of action. So, Jonathan, 58.47. It's the first time we've seen a sub-minute 100 split, and an advantage of nearly 3 seconds for Jonathan over Thomas Traynor. Fraser Claxton, 2nd and 3rd. Pass swimmer, pretty much having to do it on his own here. Well clear. 2:05.7 entry time. It's a 19-year-old, so this is his only opportunity. He's not going to be fast enough for the B final, but he's looking good to improve on that entry time. Needs a strong final 50 though, 1:31.31. Good race going on behind him for 2nd place. Maybe just Greg Hall edging it at the moment. Lane 7, Lewis Gibson. Lane 1, Thomas Traynor, all up there. But they're all in the wake of Jonathan Venter. Let's see what his time is. Looking a little weary as he comes in, but 2:04.79 takes best part of a second off his entry time. So really doing the hard work in the first 3 quarters of that race. Greg Hall finishing very strongly there to take 2nd. The Aberdeen Performance swimmer. Confirmed there, 2:07.59, and Thomas Traynor just behind him, 2:07.87. So into the final heat of this 200 freestyle. And in this one we've got an empty lane in lane 3. So the lineup is Kane Buchanan, Dundee City Aquatics in 0. Ben McLaughlin of Geary in 1. Charlie Trotman, Edinburgh University in 2. Greer van der Merlen of Stirling Swim in 4. Callum Melville of the Scottish Junior Team in 5. Ben Horton of City of Manchester Aquatics in 6. Jack Murphy of Bells Hill in 7. Max Pelosi, City of Glasgow in 8. And Kai Connolly of the Scottish Junior Team in lane 9. So, fastest on paper, Greer van der Merlen, 2:03.60, and he does lead, 27.71 in the 50. Charlie Trotman, the Edinburgh University swimmer, going well in lane 2. And Bells Hill's Jack Murphy in lane 7. See as they come up to the turn. Still, it's Greer, 58.64. 3 swimmers in this heat ducking under the minutes. There's 3, just Greer van der Merlen in the junior ranks. So he'll be targeting a 2:06.35 to make it through to a junior final. Seniors have to go under the 2 minutes. I don't think that's likely. So 1:30.94. And you certainly feel that Greer is on track for another swim tonight. So all these pacing around that 32-second mark. Charlie Trotman pushing on hard. So is Jack Murphy down this final length. See whether Greer can hold them off. Charlie Trotman probably is his biggest threat in lane 2, but it does look like Greer has got the edge. As he comes in, he will take it in the pretty comfortably in the end, and that's a nice swim, 2:02.86. So we'll definitely be seeing Greer again. 8/10 inside his entry time, and inside the times achieved this morning from the top 10 juniors outside the B final. So looking good for him. So watch out for Callum Melville. He might have made it as well. So we'll hang fire on that one. But certainly has a chance. So we move now to 50s, 50 backstroke, which will be our final pair of events in the sprints. And then we move to the 800s after that. So with the women's 50 backstroke, you see we turn to the other end of the pool, and we've got 3 swimmers in the first of 9 heats. So there'll be a little bit of a hiatus just while they test the starting equipment at the other end. So we can just draw breath for a little bit while we wait for them to do that. So test start coming through. Certainly saw some fast swimming this morning in this one. Need to get into low 30s, 31 to get into the A or the B final. Don't have to be quite as fast as that for the junior final. But here we go with the first of the 9 heats. 3 swimmers here: Eva Gordon, Anna Campbell, Ella McGeorge. All 3 are juniors. Eva Gordon, the youngest, just 11 years old. Maybe the youngest in the whole competition. Glasgow swimmer. Anna Campbell also from Glasgow, and Ella from Cooper in North East Fife. And it's going to be the Fifer. Taking it pretty comfortably, 35.61. So entered 36.40, so that's a nice improvement there. So on to heat number 2. So line up here: Zara Dunn, Kerry Sinnott, Amy Owenson, Kira Anderson, Peyton Forbes, Neve Duncan, Emily Chong, Rachel McGavin, Tessa Boyd and Scarlett Wilson. 35.8 to 36.4 the entry times. That's very conspicuous cap there from the Kirkintilloch swimmer Neve Duncan. Certainly making her presence felt visibly, and she's certainly up there as well in the pool. She's going to take the win here. 35.50. So improves on her time by just over 3/10. Amy Owenson taking second. Tessa Boyd just behind her in third. 36.32 and 36.38. So on to heat number 3. No swimmer in 1. So we have Anna Harkness, Abigail Hill, Abigail Crawford, Zara Denson, Libby Cool, Tara Montgomery, Emily Dawson, Rose McDermott and Katie Towers. 2 outside lanes going well. Up at the top of your screen, Anna Harkness of the Borders, and down at the bottom of your screen, Katie Towers of Lanark. I think it's going to be Anna Harkness up at the top of your screen who's going to take this one. Another lane 0 victory. And she takes it in 34.84. So another good improvement, pretty much a full second inside her entry time. Abigail Hill taking second, Abigail Crawford taking third. So that's the lineup for heat number 4. Just checking they're all there, and they certainly appear to be. Phoebe Sampson, Emily Easton, Jessie Norris, Lucy McLeod, Eva Martin, Isabel Kendall, Isla Garden, Madison Stewart, Addison Cole, Emily McCusker. 34.7 to 35.4 range of entry times here. Good start. Another good start from a border swimmer, Jessie Norris in lane 2, but as they get into their stride, lane 8, the Hamilton swimmer Addison Cole, lane 5, Isabel Kendall of Stirling, all there or thereabouts, but still Jessie Norris, I think, has the edge. Beside her now, Lucy McLeod moving up, but I think it's going to be back-to-back Borders wins here, or is it? Ooh, she just got there. I thought she might just lose it on the touch there, but no, she didn't. So well done, Jessie, taking the win there, 34.69. Proves from a 35.12 entry time. Addison Cole second, Isabel Kendall in third. Heat number 5. So the lineup here, Milana Lowe, Caitlin Frame, Ailey McNair, Casey Dixon, Erica Watt, Alexandra Miller, Emily McGee, Millie Donaghy, Erin Coulter and Charlie Pavry. 34.3 to 34.6 now the times, and well, really pushing it out hard from the start there. Alexandra Miller showing nice technique off the wall there. That's certainly given her the early advantage, but now pushing on is Casey Dixon, the 12-year-old from Rutherglen, in lane 3. Well, looks like it might just be Casey leading it now. Ailey McNair's not far away in lane 2, but it's going to be Casey in lane 3 taking the win there in 34.14. So a nice swim there. Casey entered 34.48, so knocks 0.3 off that. Alexandra Miller second, Ailey McNair third. Just to give you a feel, I think 10th from the morning from the juniors was a 33.3. So at the moment we're about a second away from that, but we've still got a good number of heats to go. And this is heat number 6. Caitlin Peebles, Ashley Drake, Isla Gilmurray, Natalie Cooper, Victoria Grabowska, Lauren Anderson, Jessica Kirkwood, Lucy DeGrosser, Nuala Gow and Heather Stewart. 33.7 to 34.2 the range of times, and really when that range half a second anybody could win it, and it's Ashley Drake, the Warrender 15-year-old who had a good start but now starting to come at her. The Dundee swimmer Isla Gilmurray in lane 2, others pretty close as well, but it does look like it's Ashley and Isla, and they are pretty much stroke for stroke here as we come in towards the finish. I think maybe Isla is just going to edge it. No, well, no time coming up for Isla Gilmurray there, so we'll just need to hold fire on that. I'm expecting to see possibly that Isla Gilmurray got that. It was close between her and Ashley Drake. Oh, and it was the other way, in fact. Ashley Drake just edging it, so she must have just got that better finish. Taking it 33.76 for the Warrender swimmer, just touching out either Gilmurray there in the end, in a very tight affair. So now to heat number 7. We're getting close to that 33.3 junior time requirement. So here we've got Caitlin Hamilton, Safrina Machin, Rosie Forster, Zuzia Smith, Iona Henderson, Kira Hart, Emma Silcock, Zara Smith, Abby Kane, the S13 para swimmer, and Simone Finlayson. So good start in lane 7. Zara Smith, another Warrender swimmer. So Warrender now looking for back-to-back wins. Beside her, Abby Kane, the experienced para swimmer. Hard to believe she's only 19. She seems to be around for years. But certainly she is going well. Along with Zara, who's going to get the touch. Also at lane 2, Rosie Forster, another from Warrender, is Rosie, who takes it 32.89. So that, I think, certainly puts her in a position for another swim tonight. Again, subject to what happens in the next few heats. This could be a bit like the girls 200 freestyle, where so many were faster than we saw in this morning. So a real shake-up at the junior final. And that could be like this. So on to heat number 8. Got Hannah Anderson, Jocelyn McKenzie, Bronwyn Payne, Naomi Wilson, Chloe McLean, Alex Coy, Perry Scobie, Sarah Stewart, Talia Blackley and Amelia Campbell. 33.1 to 33.4 range of times here. Great starting skills there from Bronwyn Payne. And the Borders swimmer, seen some good swims from the Borders this afternoon, and certainly she is taking it out really hard here. And lane 4, trying to get close to her, Chloe McLean, but it does look like Bronwyn, Jocelyn McKenzie and Hannah Anderson going well in lanes 1 and 0, but really from the front this has been Bronwyn Payne all the way and takes it in 32.71, so that is faster than we saw in the previous heat. So again, every chance of another swim for Bronwyn. One more heat to go, and it will be the hot heat. Seems ages since we've had a hot heat. So the final heat, they've not only got the challenge of trying to get another swim, they've got trying to get a win here. So the lineup: Rebecca Cole, Emma Leggett, Remy Muirhead, Madison Cole, Millie MacArthur, Grace Courtney, Rose McLean, Grace Noonan, Emily Riech and Rosie Liston. 32.9, 4 swimmers entered 32.9. So who knows where this is going to go. Lane 6, Rose McLean is one of them. Lane 1, Emma Leggett going well. Lane 3, Madison Cole. It looks like it's lane 1, Emma Leggett is the favourite here. National Age Group finalist, and it really a pretty emphatic win for her, 32.40. So that is the fastest from this afternoon's heat. So she's definitely going to be in the junior final. The 16-year-old from Hamilton, Grace Noonan, 33.04. Remy Muirhead, 33.24. Madison Cool, 33.29, because we saw the 32s from Bronwyn Payne in the previous heat and Rosie Forster in the heat before that. So plenty of contenders for spots in the junior final as we move to the men's 50 backstroke now. As you can see, we've got 7 heats here and 3 swimmers will go in the first of the 7. Reappearance for Sam Downey, the S8 para swimmer. This time he's in lane 3. Cole Murphy and Adam Cool, the 2 from City of Glasgow. Sam representing the Scottish junior team. So the 2 Glaswegians entered 34.10, Sam 36.62. And of course doesn't get the power off the blocks because of that limited leg power. So it sets him at a disadvantage straight away, but he's trying to push on. think he's past Adam Cole, but he has to try and catch Cole Murphy. He's having a go at that. Cole, though, has the edge. The 13-year-old from City of Glasgow. Looks like he's going to hold off Sam Downey. It's pretty close, but it is Cole who takes the win. 35-7, no. Oh, but unfortunately, he has a disqualification. So in the end, it will be Sam Downey taking the win there. 35-9-0 for him. So on to heat number 2. So 9 swimmers here: Aidan Thompson, Stephen Laws, Liam Black, Matthew Lees, Louis Damasio, Oscar Churnside, Martin Brown, Campbell McLean and Ethan Collins. Times here 33.3 to 34.0. Lane 4, Louis Damasio, 15-year-old from Stirling. It's going well. I think he has the edge on lane 7, Campbell McLean of City of Glasgow. Pretty close though. Liam Black's in with a shout in lane 2. Stephen Laws' teammate not far away. Let's see who gets the touch here. It is Liam Black, lane 2, 33.30. Second, Louis Damasio, 33.48. Matthew Lees in third, 33.53. On to heat number 3. So an empty lane here in lane 3. So the lineup: Alex Cumming, Keir Sampson, Ewan Gray, Fraser Baird, Ewan McLeod, Jamie Gilchrist, Oliver Cartwright, Adam Hill and Ben McLaughlin. Good strong start from Fraser Baird, 17-year-old from Scotia. Entered 32.17. You see him there in lane 4, the upper of the yellow lanes, and an emphatic win for him, 31.45. So very nice improvement on his entry time of 32.17. Confirmation there of that result. And on to heat number 4. So we have here Jake McKenzie, Aaron Dunn, Connor Mitchell, Nathan Lilly, Gregor Ross, Aaron McDowell, Lewis Husson, Andrew Venter, Fraser Claxton, Oscar Longmore. So pushing on well, Aaron McDowell, the 17-year-old from Swimit. And down at the bottom of your screen there, Fraser Claxton, Oscar Longmore going well. This is going to be a close one. Maybe Oscar Longmore in lane 9. Not seen a lane 9 victory for a while, but I think we're going to see one here. Yes, we are. 31.28. So nice stuff from Oscar there. Entered 32.12. Aaron second, Fraser third, 31.84, 32.05 respectively. So last of our hot heats. There won't be a hot heat in the 800 freestyle. And quite enough to think about. So this is heat number 5. We've got Dean Bargatti, Cole Morrison, Rory Webster, Ross Anderton, Lewis Moyer, Sam Curry, Finn Longmore, David Lamman, Jake Holmes, Connor Brearley. So let's see who can get the honours here. There's not a lot in it. Get Close-up view of the swimmers, closer to the camera. Who is going to get the edge here? Looks like it might be lane 3, Ross Anderton. 14-year-old from East Lothian. No, in fact, it's Sam Curry in lane 5 who edged it. 31.21. Ross just behind him, 31.34. And David Landman taking third. So Sam Curry, Perth City swimmer, winning that one. And 2 more heats to go. So in this one, we've got Michael Skeckel, Fraser Tetlow, Andrew Smitten, Matthew Heasley, Lars Reisgaard Jensen, Kai Connolly, Manu Drysdale, Logan Scully, Marcus Blake, Lucas Johnson. 30.8 to 31.3. We need to get under the 30s to challenge for a place in the junior final. Lars Reisgaard Jensen, 18-year-old, so he is not a junior, but he is looking very much the favourite here. Entry time for him, 30.89. Is he going to take this one? I'm pretty sure he is, pretty comfortably. 30.13, so nice 3/4 of a second improvement on his entry time. Lucas Johnson second, 30.88, and Andrew Smitten by 100th from Manu Drysdale taking third. One more heat in this 50 backstroke. There's the lineup. Robson Miles, Robbie Carlisle, Carl Muirhead, Oscar Tykerson, Jack Doherty-Simpson, Jack Simpson, Sam Moore, Kyle Wong, Charlie McLaren, Adam Scott. So we've got Jack Doherty-Simpson against Jack Simpson in lanes 4 and 5. The 15-year-old from Scotia and the 16-year-old from East Kilbride. So Jack Doherty-Simpson's the one in the green cap. And he's off to a decent start, but plenty of others are as well. So lane 0, Robson Miles, who's had some good swims this weekend. City of Glasgow swimmer, looks to have the advantage. Are we going to see yet another lane 0 victory here? They're coming at him at the closing stages, particularly lane 4, Jack Doherty-Simpson. It is Jack who in the end gets it, 30.04 for him. So nice swim there from Jack Doherty-Simpson, just taking a 10th or so off his entry time. Robson Miles, 30.29, so he improves as well. And your top 2. So we finish off proceedings with the first 2 heats of the women's 800 freestyle. Third heat will take place tonight as the opening event of our finals. So we're going to be 9 to 10 minutes for each of these 2 heats. You can see we've just got 3 swimmers in the first heat. It'll be East versus West, Glasgow versus Edinburgh, with 2 from City of Glasgow, Freya Beaton and Safrina Machin, up against Laura Frizzell for Heart of Midlothian. 9.55 to 9.56 entry time, so on paper we could have a tight contest here. Doesn't always work out that way, of course. No finals, of course, to worry about here. It's just about swimming it once, swimming it fast. So, the 3 of them getting away, much for muchness. Maybe just Laura Frizzell. All 3 of them showing nice, smooth distance freestyle strokes down this first length. It's going to be Laura first to the wall, or is it? Yes, just by 500ths. I think I thought I'd called that too soon for a moment there. But the Glasgow girls good off the wall there, particularly Freya Beaton, who was in third and now right up there, along with Laura Frizzell, just ahead of Safrina. So, first 100, just about complete, and now it is Freya Beaton on 10.92. And then just 200 between Safrina and Laura. Freya Beaton, Youth Academy member, was National Age Group bronze medalist, winner in West District Age Group short course. 14-year-old, so the youngest of the three. Good talent, one of many good talents in the City of Glasgow ranks. Of course, they had a fantastic National Age Group Championships, winning top club. Pretty emphatically, it has to be said. Showing real strength and depth. It shows that progress that City of Glasgow have made over recent years through lockdown, keeping that team strong together, coming out the other side, raring to go. And certainly Freya looks raring to go here. She comes up to the 200. She has 2-3 meter advantage, 2:25.19. See there about 1.6 faster on that split. And Laura, so at the moment it's certainly looking like it's going to be Freya and then a contest for second. Advantage on that one with Laura Frizzell at the moment, splitting the two Glasgow swimmers. So 3:02.58. Again, pacing faster, about 4/10 faster in that last 50. Freya, so continuing to increase her lead. Still Laura about a body length ahead of Safrina. Nice that we're able to keep the three swimmers in the shot here. So through 300, 3:39.68. So looking at what's that, 1:13.5 roughly. So Freya, this is 350. 4:17.63, 37.9 split there. So again, about 4/10 faster than Laura. And Laura just picking up half a second over Safrina there. So she's gradually consolidating her second position, but not showing any signs of that she's going to be able to come close to Freya Beaton. Next time will be halfway. So another 1:13.5 would be 4:53-ish, 4:55, so a little slower. See 37.51 there. So this is very much now Freya versus the clock. 9:56 entry time, so she'd have to do 5:01 second half to match that. We'll get a feel for that as this goes on. So 5:32, so on the 37s. we are now starting to lose sight of the second and third place swimmers as we focus here, even putting Freya onto the right hand of our screen. Still can't see the other two. And just get a closer shot of her. 6:10.15. So that was almost exactly a 1:15 there. So we're looking at level pacing, probably around 9:55 mark, and a bit of a sprint at the end, and I think we could see an improvement on Freya's entry time. There you can see Laura coming into shot now. So a brief sighting of her. Still comfortably in second place, as we see them now through the turns. So we're looking for 7:25 or thereabout here for Freya if she can hold this pace at this next turn, which will be 600 meters. She's maybe just dropping the pace a little bit, so 7:25's gone by, 7:26.68. So that was about 1:16.5, so she dropped about a second and a half in her pacing there, so that suggests it might be a little tough now to hold to her entry time. There's absolutely nobody to spur her on beside her. It's a lonely old business when you're way ahead in a distance event. All about concentration there. You should see that number 3 lengths to go. So she'll get the bell when she gets to the other end. So we'll see whether she's able to pick up the pace at all now in this penultimate 100. The level pacing here from what she did in the previous one would be about 8:44, something like that. So she is a bit faster than that. You can see the bell go. 8:42.68. So I did pick up the pace a bit there. So as I said, entry time 9:56, so she'd have to do a 1:14 here. It's been on 1:16, so that's doable. Let's see if she can. So we'll get another feel for it at this turn. Wouldn't expect her to have picked up the pace too much here. 36.8. So it did pick the pace up a bit, 9:19.55. So now she needs to really wind it up down this last lane. You can see those legs starting to go now. Pace of her stroke picking up. Driving on hard. So as I said, entry time 9:56.40. Can she get inside that? I think she's going to. Approaching into the final 5 then. Come on, Freya. Yes, 9:55.70. So well done. Do it all on her own. Here comes Laura. Into that final 5 for her. And she comes in 10:10. And Safrina 10:17. So confirmation of that result, 9:55.70, the winning time. So one more heat going this afternoon, and then one more heat this evening. Here we've got 9 swimmers. Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow in lane 0. Orla McInnes, Heart of Midlothian in 1. 2 is India Marshall of East Lothian. 3 is Katja Maria Brynjarsdottir of Iceland. In fact, lane 4 is empty. Sunneva Berg Asbjornsdottir goes in 5 for Iceland. Abby Davis of East Lothian in lane 6. Victoria Niven of City Glasgow in 7. And Catherine Renfrew of Perth City in lane 8. So in fact 8 swimmers going here. Sunneva Asbjornsdottir leading the way, 32.07 for the Icelandic swimmer. 3rd in the Icelandic Championships, 15-year-old. Plenty of others going nicely. Catherine Renfrew looking good in lane 8 down the bottom right of your screen. The Perth swimmer, I think she's maybe going to lead them now. Oh, it's tight between her and Sunneva. Sunneva, in fact, just getting the touch, 1:08.20. So it is faster as you would expect from the first heat by about just over 2.5 seconds. Lane 3 is the second Icelandic swimmer, Katja Maria Brynjarsdottir. Katja second in the Icelandic Championship, so she beats Sunneva there. Will she beat her here in Glasgow? Well, she isn't at the moment, but it's early days. So Catherine still very much there. Victoria Niven as well has moved up into 3rd place. So there's only a second separating the top 5, just over a second. With the 2 Icelandic swimmers. One from Perth, one for City Glasgow, and Abby Davis for East Lothian is in that top 5 as well. And coming up to the 200, still Sunneva leading them through, 2:21.23. So that was pretty much a 1:13 split there. Catherine touching second. India. Well, it's not India, she's way back. Getting myself confused here. Victoria Niven making up the top 3 with Catherine and Sunneva, who continues to lead it. And then in 4th place is Katja. And 5th place, Abby. Now 2.5 seconds separating the top 5. So gradually stretching them out. And Sunneva will be looking to try and push this on and try and open up a bit of clear water, but that doesn't seem to be happening. Victoria and Catherine right up there with her. I'm sure that means something, there's coach there with arms akimbo. 3:35.28. So that was around a 1:14. So pace just dropped by a second for Sunneva there. I think we're, well, Abby Davis struggling to stay with the leading 4. So you see Perth coach there, and Dixon encouraging Catherine on. Then the red shirt there. Other coaches, of course, lined up there, doing their bit to support their swimmers. So a lead of a second, and a nice pick up there from Sunneva, on to 36.7. It's 37.2s and 37.3s behind her. Katja Brynjarsdottir just trying to stay in touch with the leading 3. See if she can do that. Certainly the 3 still pretty close contenders. Still it is Sunneva leading by 0.6. 4:49.30. And that was a 64, so pretty much the same split as we saw in the previous 100. So at the moment we're looking at, oh, I can't work it out. What's that? That's 74, I should say, not 64. So that's why I was getting confused. So I think we're talking about something in the 940s here, probably. So I don't think these swimmers. Well, certainly Catherine entered 9:49, so she's very much on track to match or improve on that. But Suneva entered 9:36. I think we'll certainly need a very strong second half to match that. Looks like Victoria Niven just falling back now, so we may be down to 2. Still Suneva leading the way, 6:02.53. And she's picked up pace a little bit there. 1:13. So looking good. Nearly 2 seconds up now on Catherine Renfrew. Katja Brynjarsdottir maybe just now. Well, certainly challenging Victoria Niven for 3rd. Maybe Davis still not too far behind those two. So the gap continuing just to grow now between Suneva and Catherine. Over 2 seconds now, at 2.3. Catherine continuing to get that hurry up from Coach Ann Dixon. And maybe signs that she is responding to that. Let's see as they come down towards the 600 turn. Let's check on the respective splits here. Is Catherine making up a bit of ground? Yes, she is. 4 tenths. 7:15.37 and 7:17.30. So this isn't over yet. It is now clearly the second Icelandic swimmer, Katja Brynjarsdottir, in 3rd place. She's gone past Victoria Niven. But she's got a lot to do to try and catch Suneva and Catherine. So 7:51, 7:54, so Catherine's just dropping back again. 37 for Katja as well. So now enthusiastic Icelandic support coming in there as Suneva comes to the bell. So she'll be looking to finish this off in style. Going through 8:27.32. So got it down to 1:12 there. Another 1:12 would be 9:39. So actually, she's not far away from that 9:36. Well, I said she wasn't going to be able to get, but she's hopefully going to prove me wrong here. So with a big, strong sprint here, she could be there or thereabouts, and she's certainly putting in the effort. No doubt about that. Really pulling the water hard. Catherine Renfrew looking very good. Nice, smooth stroke from her. I think we're going to see an improvement in her entry time. So final lengths for the two of them, 9:02 and 9:06. So both on 35.5s for that penultimate 50. Now, what have they got left in the legs to bring down this final length? So Suneva entered 9:36.37 and Catherine 9:49.87. Certainly Catherine's going to improve on her time. Let's see how close Suneva can get. I think she's just going to fall short, but a good strong swim, 9:37.94. So she takes heat 2, and that will be the time that the final heat swimmers will have to beat. Nice swim from Catherine Renfrew, 9:41.42. 9:45, so she takes over 8 seconds off her entry time, and Katla Maria Brynjarsdottir taking third there, 9:48.94 for her. Victoria Niven on a 9:50. Abby Davis also on a 9:50, very nearly caught Victoria at the end there. Look at that, just 400ths between them. And 10:02 for Caris Mooney, 10:09 for Orla McInnes. As we see India Marshall coming in. Oh, the time not coming up. There it is now, 10:26. So that was our final swim of the afternoon, and a win for the Icelandic swimmer Sunniva Berg Asbjornsdottir. So congratulations to her. We will be back for our second night of finals. So looking forward to that. We'll be starting at around 5 o'clock with transmission. There you can see we'll start just before that, 10 to 5. So we hope to have your company then for what could be a very exciting second evening of finals. But for now, from Tollcross International Swimming Centre, I'm Duncan McKinnell, and I'll wish you a very good afternoon.